welcome to another Tech Talk interview. And today I am talking with Kevin Leeper, who is on our RVPA team as our technical lead. Kevin, why don't you give us a little quick introduction about you and your background and your role here at the RVPA program?
Thank you, Lydia. Hello, my name is Kevin Leeper. I'm a professor at Diablo Valley College. I've been teaching here for over 20 years. I teach game design and 3D animation, visual effects, and virtual production. I'm also involved with the RVPA as the technical lead, and I am running the internship program here for the RVPA, and that's including all of the colleges. So Ohlone and BCC are currently working with us together at BBC. So yeah, that's what we're doing as the internship. And
Great. Hey, well, tell us a little bit more about the RVPA internship program.
yeah, I kind of start getting into that. The RVPA internship is it's the 5 colleges that we're working with. So BCC, Ohlone currently are working with us, and we're bringing Mission and Santa Rosa in students to work with us. Currently, we're 10 students working together. We meet twice a week, and we work with industry partners. We have right now 4 industry partners that we're working with. We're doing a lot of promotional and marketing material for people. We're doing a lot of game design and game work. We're doing a lot of motion capture, and we're doing some virtual production work with our partner at Ohlone Studios. So we're working with a large scale 120-foot LED wall doing virtual production there. So got a lot of things going on, and super exciting here.
What should students expect from this internship experience, and how do they make the most of it?
Well, the experience, honestly, it's a community, right? Like so we've really been working together to build a community. Like-minded people that are interested in problem solving, technology, cameras, computers, games, movies. It's a pretty eclectic group. Virtual production requires many different skill sets, talents. So you find yourself working, with a variety of people in a lot of different ways. Some of the other things that we're doing a lot of is, like I said, problem solving. So there's a real sense of doing new things, not knowing what the right answer is, and really producing work from that state of mind. So it's a very exciting place to work. I'm super energetic, and our industry partners are really excited to work with us, and they're really giving us some interesting projects to work on that are real world problems that are being solved today for today's problems. So it's really exciting to be working real time with industry people. And I think that's all of those things really bring an excitement to the experience. Like-minded people, community, and working real time with industry partners on real problems is pretty exciting.
Yeah, it sounds like it really reflects the industry and how things are doing. So that's exciting. So
Yeah.
what steps should students take to get started in our programs?
Well, to get started, enroll in one of our colleges, start taking classes that are related to virtual production. This is the RVPA internship, so we are housed in the virtual production areas of our schools. That's taking classes that could be game design, it could be animation, it could be film, a lot of different areas, web. Anyone working in these areas that have an interest in community building and problem solving and real-time technology, this is the program for you. So that's the start, is take a class, reach out to us, go to our website, look at what we have to offer. It's an amazing program. It's very flexible, so people can take these classes online, and they can be coming from different schools, and they can build their program out, their pathway out specifically to their needs. So it's a really exciting program, and I'm excited to work with you all.
Thanks, Kevin. I bet there are students out there that are already starting to take some of these classes that are now learning about the RVPA. So, hey, you may have a head start. So, anyway, thank you so
Absolutely.
much, Kevin.
You're
Um,
welcome. Thank you.
really good info.
Thank you.
Welcome, Monica, to our RVPA Tech Talk. Why don't you give us a kind of like a 30-second self-introduction?
Sure. Um, Hi, everybody. My name is Monica Capiello, and I am a faculty member at Ohlone College. I instruct classes like 3D modeling, texturing, digital sculpting, and more. And I'm also the faculty lead for the RVPA representing Ohlone College.
Great. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
All
Happy
right.
to be here.
Well, my first question is, what are the current trends in the labor market related to the virtual production industry?
That's a really good question. We have done a lot of exploring about what is the industry trends, and it looks like there is an undersupply for virtual production skills. And I'll show you an example. So, for example, if we go to, you'll see that the animation field, real-time, special effects animators, there is an actual increase of 4%, and it is increasing every year. So this is for 2023. 2024 just wrapped up, so we don't have those numbers yet. But basically, it has been growing. And there's also other data from like LMI that shows that there is an undersupply and that there is a need for students or future employers that require the skills such as real time, 3D modeling, texturing, cinematography, everything under the umbrella of virtual production.
Well, we've also done the LMI for our region, and we're also seeing an undersupply here in the Bay Area. So, this is what also makes the RVPA exciting. What are
Do you
some?
mind if I add something in there too?
Yeah, go ahead.
And that's the reason why we are so passionate about this program is because there is a demand for this, and we want to train our students to be able to get jobs in the industry. So we look at all this data and we're like, there's a demand, and we want to provide the uh, the people that can do the job.
Yeah, like I said, it's a burgeoning industry. It's emerging.
Hmm.
There's so many opportunities there. Um, what are the most in-demand skills and qualifications for these careers?
Well, these careers it's a very large umbrella, so you have to figure out what your passion is. And one way to figure out what exactly the industry is looking for, and this is something that we do as researchers as well, is to look at job descriptions of people that are hiring right now. So for example, again, I'm going to show an example is Disney is currently is looking for a general artist. And what that means is like that's basically the umbrella. And I like to look at what exactly are they looking for, and they're interested in looking for CG techniques, including modeling, texturing, shading, lighting. They also are looking for problem solving and creative thinking skills, so that's really important. They also have strong English communications, but also take a look at the software, Houdini, Maya, Photoshop, render engines, things like that. So we take a look at those type of skills, which are in demand for these particular careers, and implement them into our programs as well. So if you want to know what's out there, what skills people are looking for, take a look at the job market and see what they're looking for. And then we are also looking at it so that we can implement them into our curriculum.
Great. And that leads us into the next question. How do the programs we offer prepare students for these roles? For example, are they going to get exposure to these types of tools, and even on the even on the aspects of critical thinking and things like that, and scripting and programming. So anyway, there's a lot that this entails. So how do our programs at the RVPA and what are they that help students get these skills?
That's a really good question because you may look at this as somebody that doesn't know about virtual production and be completely overwhelmed about the skills and what does all of that mean. You might not even recognize some of these words, but that's what we're here for. And the RVPA, we provide certifications. So, for example, we provide certifications of virtual production fundamentals, and that will give you an introduction to exactly what virtual production is. So, we teach courses like 3D animation, film production, game design, because that requires real-time graphics. We also do visual effects UX, and of course, Intro to Virtual Production, a hands-on class on how to create virtual production content. And then we also have, once you complete that one, you can also go to the advanced one, which gives you more skills and starts to specialize. So if you're interested in modeling, for example, you can take texturing, rigging, digital sculpting. You can specialize in animation, such as motion graphics and motion capture, even film production. So all of these are skills that you can specialize to give you a particular set of skills that the industry is looking for. And we also provide an associate's degree. So if you're interested in getting the English, the communication, everything like that, the associates is for you. That will really give you hands-on experience with communications and of course all of the software and everything we teach in the RVPA.
Excellent, excellent. Now you talked about the specific things, that students could learn and begin to apply to build upon the skills that are needed. Can you share an example of some student work and from maybe one of the courses that are part of our one of our certificates?
Absolutely. I can show you as what we created is a student reel of from 2023 to 2024 cohort. And this is from one class that digital sculpting, which you can take in the virtual production certificates. And I will show you an example of some student work so you can see what one class can do and imagine what you can do with all the classes.
Wow. What a way to
Just
get the
one
creative
class. Imagine, yeah, just one class. Imagine what you can do with all the classes.
Yeah, yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. That'll get the creative juices going. And I think if that looks like something that, hey, that would be cool to do. And as Monica says, that's just one of the classes. So
Yeah, this is a creative field. So if you're interested in the arts and you actually want to make money, then digital arts and virtual production is for you.
great. Thank you so much, Monica.
My
Really,
pleasure. Thank
really
you.
appreciate your time. And again, welcome to the RVPA. And hopefully if you have any, you'll get the information to how to get involved here. So anyway, thank you.
Thank you.
Olivia here again, and this time I'm talking to Dan Montoya, who is actually a co-lead with me on the RPA project. So Dan, why don't you give us a quick intro and a little background on who you are?
Great. Thank you, Olivia. So Dan Montoya here, 66 Training Services. So we've been working with the Bay Area Community College Consortium for a number of years now, doing project management, project support for a number of projects, including the Regional Virtual Production Academy. So as Olivia mentioned, I'm a co-lead supporting Olivia on the implementation of this project, and I'm glad to be here, Olivia. Thanks.
And Dan has been playing one of the very critical roles in managing the relationship that we have with the CDC, and which is the California Virtual Campus, is the online campus where our students here in the Bay Area can take online courses. So that is what I have some questions about, Dan, and how it's important to the collaborative. So tell us a little bit more about the California Virtual Campus and why it plays such an important role in the RVPA collaborative.
Sure, Olivia. And then, so, I'll go back. My history first got exposed to CVC OEI, the California Virtual Campus Online Education Initiative, back, I believe, in 2020, so right before COVID. So there was grants that were sent out throughout the state to get more classes fully online, more certificates fully online. And the goal was to, upload a lot of those courses onto the California Virtual Campus to give students from across the state access to these courses. So how CVC relates to, and I can actually share my screen here so we could look at the CVC website. So California Virtual Campus, it's all colleges individually offer online courses, but California Virtual Campus actually facilitates that search, right, and enrollment process for students that are looking to take an online course that may not be offered at their local institution or their home college. So they can go out, find a course that is needed for them to continue their educational journey, helps them finish faster, right? And California Virtual Campus facilitates that. So I'll get a little technical here, right? So there's 115 plus colleges across the state. Most of them are on California Virtual Campus. And then so, as I mentioned, when a student is at a home college and, maybe the upcoming semester there isn't a course available that is needed for them to progress towards completion of their certificate, they can go to a California Virtual Campus and try to find that course, enroll online at another teaching college, which is not their home college, a teaching college that offers that course. And then the great thing about the California Virtual Campus is actually if both institutions are teaching colleges, California Virtual Campus actually facilitates the transfer of credits back to the home college. Now, that's an important point, right? If both colleges are not teaching colleges, then the student is responsible for manually transferring those credits back to their home college. But it really, I mean, it's just a great avenue to help students finish faster, find the courses that they need, instead of kind of waiting around for the next semester or the next offering of the course that's needed next in their sequence.
So how do RVPA students use the CVC to access the online courses they need?
So I think the best way to start for the students, and let me do another screen share here. So in the RVPA website, so students should meet with their local counselors, right? Make sure that they declare the virtual production major as the certificate or credential that they're pursuing. So just a reminder, there's the virtual production fundamentals, there's the advanced virtual production certificate, and that some of our partner schools are also offering the associates in virtual production. So the RVPA website would be a good place for students to start. If you scroll down towards the bottom of the website, you can actually see the class offerings, so by institution. So just a friendly reminder that there's 5 colleges participating in this regional collaborative. So Berkeley City College, Diablo Valley College, Ohlone College, Santa Rosa Junior College. So say in this example, say I need 3D animation, and it's not going to be offered at my institution, right? So say I'm a Santa Rosa Junior College student and I want to take it in spring of 2025. So obviously looking at these colleges here, Santa Rosa Junior College is not offering a 3D animation course for spring 2025. So then I can go onto the California Virtual Campus and see if any of these offerings by Berkeley City College, Diablo Valley College, or Ohlone College are listed online. So the way you would do that is identify the course number here. So Ohlone DAID 125, Diablo Valley College has RDM 160, and then Berkeley City College has MMAN 020 Alpha or A. So you can really go to California Virtual Campus and look for any one of these, right? Going back to the California Virtual Campus website, so say I want to, so my home college, as I mentioned in the previous example, I'm a Santa Rosa Junior College student. All right, Santa Rosa, and then I'm just going to do a keyword search, and I'm actually just going to try 3D and then see what comes up.
Here we go.
Yep. So I mentioned in our example it was MMAN 20, but we have actually 23, which is a 3D rigging course, which is also one of the courses within the RVPA. So if I wanted to enroll in this, I would simply click on this, and then it would give me more information, right? So this is a Berkeley City College offering, has a course description, and And then although it says no transferability to Santa Rosa Junior College, that's important to note, right? Because Santa Rosa Junior College currently does not have automated transfer of student records. So if you're a Santa Rosa Junior College student, you would manually have to get a copy of that transcript from Berkeley City College and bring it to your registrar's office at Santa Rosa Junior College so they could then upload it to your transcript. If both institutions are teaching colleges, then that CVC OEI would actually facilitate the transfer of those credits back to the home college.
Right now, Dan, Santa Rosa is the only college right now that is in transition to being a teaching college. So that's temporary. We hope that they'll soon all 5 colleges will be teaching colleges and everything will be automated source transfer of credits.
And that is correct, Olivia. So yeah, the automation is there. There's just a few examples, like you mentioned, right, where it is a manual process. But it's important for students to know whether their college is if they're a teaching college and they're also attending a teaching college. So and then so students would then progress to add a class and then follow kind of the process to get enrolled in that course.
So I think you've already answered the next question I have is like, how does cross enrollment work and what should students consider when taking classes from multiple institutions? I think you've already covered that in much detail. So my last question is, what technical and academic support is available for students using the CVC beyond maybe what they can find on our website?
Yeah, I would say the local counseling office at the home college is probably the best resource, right? I think sitting down with a counselor, especially maybe the first time that folks are using the CVC, that may be helpful, right? And kind of maybe having somebody there to walk you through, answer additional questions. So I would say the best resource to start with is the counseling department at your home college. And then second, looking at CVC, going back to the screen of this Berkeley City College 3D rigging course. Down at the bottom on the right-hand side, CVC actually has a chat with an expert. And then so I would say that that's a resource that folks can tap into if they happen to be having technical issues when registering for a course via CVC OEI. So first name, last name, email address, subject, and you can start chatting. I'm not sure if it gives a time, but let me just try that here. Dan at 66 train. And then so an agent will be on the way. So this is a second request to be able to get some technical support. And I think this is more so if you're having technical issues with CVC. But as far as, kind of navigating which course would be best, how to enroll into CVC, again, start with the counseling department. And then second, use that chat feature within the CVC platform to get technical support.
All right, Dan, thank you very much. Our program, because the collaboratives require that all courses be available online. And that's why the CVC is just so important and integral to our program. And Dan has been covering that relationship and how we're using it for since the beginning of the project. And Dan, we're so grateful for the work that you're doing. So again, thank you today, and I really appreciate it.
Great. Thank you, Olivia. I'm glad to be supporting the work.